Hi, and welcome to Edolab Markets. In this video we show you how Edo Trend Velocity works. Direction is the easy part. What most tools do not tell you is how fast that direction is moving, and whether it is speeding up or running out of air. That is what this engine measures, the velocity of the trend, in 4 separate readings. On Semiconductor Weekly the state is strong up and it has been running for 32 bars. 5 states in total, strong up, up, flat, down and strong down. On the chart there is a fast central line and a band drawn around it. The line reacts quickly to price, with much less lag than a plain moving average of the same length. The band around it is the tolerance zone, and it is filled with the color of the current state. On Autodesk Weekly everything is red, state strong down, 34 bars of it. Price above the band, below the band, or inside it, that is the first thing you read. When the state changes, a small triangle prints at that bar. Up triangles below for bullish flips, down triangles above for bearish ones. And the counter next to the state tells you how many bars the current one has lasted. On D.R. Horton Weekly it reads 4 bars, so this is a fresh flip, not an established move. The first velocity reading is the rate of change of the line itself, as a percentage. It is not the change in price. It is how fast the line is climbing or falling, bar by bar. On Roku Weekly it reads just over 7%, which is a genuinely fast weekly trend. A slowing rate of change while the state stays the same is the earliest warning this indicator gives you. The second reading is how far price sits from the line, measured in units of average range. Measuring it in points would be useless across different assets. In range units it is comparable. On PPG Weekly it is basically 0, price is sitting right on the line. That is a market in balance with its own trend, and usually the least dangerous place to be. The opposite extreme. Travelers Weekly reads 4.07 times the average range above the line. That is stretched by any standard, and the third reading confirms it. The band has widened by more than 13%. A widening band means the trend is accelerating. A narrowing one means it is losing force, even if the direction has not changed yet. And down here, every timeframe agrees, consensus 8 out of 8, the maximum reading. Strong, fast, stretched and unanimous. That combination is exactly when chasing hurts most. The lower half of the panel repeats the whole classification on 4 timeframes. 1 hour, 4 hours, daily and weekly, each with its own state. You are reading 4 charts without leaving this one, and without changing anything on screen. The states are the same 5, so the comparison is immediate, no translation needed between frames. The whole thing works identically to the downside. Bitcoin Cash Weekly is falling at 20% per bar on the line, an extreme rate of change. 3 of the 4 timeframes are bearish, and the consensus reads -5 out of 8. Consensus runs from -8 to +8. The sign is the direction, the size is the agreement. The interesting cases are the ones where the frames disagree. A consensus near 0 with a strong state on your own timeframe means the move is not supported underneath. It does not mean the trend is wrong. It means the entry is worse, less room, more noise, tighter stops. Read the state for direction, the velocity rose for force, and the consensus for support. In that order. Everything is adjustable. Let's open the settings. The length of the central line and the profile that controls how reactive it is. The thresholds that separate strong from normal and from flat, the range period, and the width of the band. And with a scroll, the 4 time frames of the block below, and the size, corner and theme of the panel. Cancel reverts everything, so you can explore without touching your setup. The indicator ships with 11 alerts. Let's open the Create Alert dialog. One for each of the 5 states, strong up, strong down, flat, up and down. The 2 flips, up and down, and the 2 multi-timeframe alignments, bullish and bearish. And the 2 we find most useful, expansion and contraction of the band, which fire when the trend accelerates or loses force. Those last 2 are the ones that warn you before the state itself changes. To recap, Edo Trend Velocity does not generate entry signals and does not predict tops or bottoms. It gives you the direction, how fast it is moving, how stretched price is, whether the trend is accelerating, and how many time frames agree. Edo Trend Velocity is available by invitation only. Structure before signals, context before confirmation, clarity over noise. This is Edolab Markets, and we'll see you in the next video.